Yeah, so James Harden had missed some time with some hamstring soreness. He tried to gut through it last night, and credit to him for that. But 4 minutes into the game, he realized, no, can't do it. Got to get this hamstring worked on, which is unfortunate for the Nets, but they won anyway. It's also unfortunate for James because he had scored at least 10 points in an incomprehensible 450 straight games. So it snaps. So now let's look at the active list. There's Kawhi at 165, Karl Anthony Towns at 142. Luka's there. He's 7th of the active guys. So that would mean if Luka scores in double digits every game for the next 10 years, he'll only be about Kawhi's streak away from passing LeBron. Harden was about 7 years away. He now has to start from scratch. Don't think he's going to get there, unfortunately. But Luka's got a shot. Let's check back in 2034, see if Luka does it. Same with Kawhi and Karl Anthony Towns. Updated list. Bad. It stinks for Harden. Tried to get through it. Now he's got to start over. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Stayed out there.
It's Masters Week. Arguably the best week of the year.
Woo!
For these guys, they're just relaxing now. They put in all the hard work leading up to it, the long nights at the gym, the endless hours on the driving range, hitting for power and vicious swing. This is just love taps is what we're doing this week. Just going through the motions, just Bryson and VJ out there. You want to just warm up. You want to keep your body warm because Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and so that's when you're really going to see the stuff. You're not seeing the stuff now. What you're seeing now is just stretch. We're just stretching. That's all Bryson's doing. He's just warming up. Masters Week. Just having fun. It's all fun. It's all just loose fun, Wilds. Nothing to see there.
What's going on with that left leg? You got to keep that left leg still.
Oh.
I feel like he's going to be okay.
A big shot.
He knows what he's doing.
Kyrie hits a big shot. And he's like, oh, was it Dame time? No, I'm going to do my own celebration. Dame time? No. So Kyrie needs his own celebration. He's not allowed to do the Dame time celebration, I guess, but close, no cigar. You need a new celebration for when you make a big shot, you can't point at your watch. It's Dame's only.
He should sage. He should pantomime sage, Wild. Wilds, everyone will know that's his thing. No one will take it. I'm totally serious.
Time to play drawing a blank, gentlemen. I know you are. Just like that, the Sam Darnold era in New York is over. Carolina Panthers traded for Darnold yesterday. Got him for a 6th rounder this year, a 2nd and 4th rounder next year. Brandon, your guys, your team, trading for Sam Darnold should have Panthers fans feeling blank.
Yeah, we'll touch on the Jets a little later on the show and how the Jets fans should feel. But to answer your question, suspicious. They should be suspicious. I'm not sure, Jenna, that Sam Darnold makes your team better. I'm not sure that he's better than Teddy Bridgewater. If you go back to 2018, look at the numbers. A lot of people say numbers don't lie. And if that's true, then Teddy Bridgewater was your better option. Like, you have a team that has tremendous skill players. McCaffrey goes down last year, and he's dealing with injuries all year. He's now healthy. I really wanted to see Teddy Bridgewater come back and compete. They lost 11 in their games by a score or less. So I'm not so certain that this guy, Sam Darnold, is the better option. So suspicious.
Yeah, listen, I'm confused for the same reason. We have no evidence that Darnold's better than Bridgewater. And it's not because Bridgewater's great. It's because Darnold has not put together one excellent stretch of football in his 3-year career to this point. But clearly, when you give up a 2, a 4, and a 6, and the other thing the Panthers did yesterday was they picked up his 5th-year option, which is $19 million guaranteed for injury in 2022. They're saying they're going to move forward and give Darnold, I would imagine, at least 2 years to see if he's the guy. I understand what they're doing, Wilds. They're basically taking the position of everything Adam Gase touches turns to, well, the opposite of gold. So once you get away from him, you'll be better. But it's an odd risk when, to me, you have a superior quarterback already under contract for the next 2 seasons.
So they believe in him. I think it's a smart move. I've been the only guy that believes in Sam Darnold and believes he got a raw deal. He's younger than Joe Burrow, and he's won some football games. So do you want to take an unknown out of the draft, like I think Trey Lance will still be there? Do you want to go with what you already do know with Teddy Bridgewater? Or do you want to take a shot at a guy who's younger than Joe Burrow, who hasn't reached his potential? I like this trade for Carolina.
Sam Darnold looking for a second chance to make a first impression. On to Aaron Rodgers now, the MVP going through a weird time in Green Bay. He admitted yesterday that his stellar season may have thrown a wrench in some timelines. Hey, Brandon, Aaron Rodgers' comments yesterday were blank.
Oh, I absolutely loved it. This has turned into my favorite record, Jenna. Let's go back to last year's draft when they drafted Jordan Love. Let's go back and see what he said, okay? We'll go back here, and here's where he's at. I think that's probably what happens based on just the circumstances around everything. Just look at the facts. They traded up. They drafted him. I would say they like him. They want to play him. And then we go to the Packers NFC Championship loss. Here's what he says. The only thing you need to know here is at the bottom. A lot of guys' futures, they're uncertain, myself included. And then you go to the interview this past weekend. I said last year I didn't know if that was actually possible to be able to finish there. And he said there, that's a key. What do you mean there? You mean here? Aren't you still on the team? I still feel that's kind of where we're at. I don't know that a lot of that is in my hands. I guess we'll just kind of see as we go. And then yesterday, he's doubling down. He continues this record. I love this record. You need to play it. I think we're exactly where we were last year when I made the comments. That's all you need to hear. That's all you need to see. This is a record, Nick, and right now it's my favorite record. Yeah. But it sounds like, by the end of this offseason, it may be broken, man.
Yeah, well, and to me, I think that's great, Brandon. His comments yesterday were vindicating for him and for me. For him, it's just for his season was vindicating. Oh, you went out and drafted a quarterback? Oh, I'm the league MVP. But Wilds, it's vindicating for me because I don't know if you remember what take that was out there in the football atmosphere last year that infuriated me more than any single other take there was. And that was, the Packers are actually crazy like a fox. They drafted Jordan Love to motivate Aaron Rodgers. And look, it's working. Oh, really? You still think that was a good pick? You still think the Jordan Love draft pick is working out swell? Oh, Aaron played great. Yeah, he played great. Unfortunately, he's going on every media outlet imaginable except for this one, flaming the organization and talking about how he doesn't know what his future holds. So I say it's vindicating for him and for me, Wilds.
Well, Nick, hey, and Wilds, we need to really pay attention right now because the more he's talking, the more red flags that are coming up. This deal, if it doesn't get done, it's going to be ugly in Green Bay.
Huh. Don't you think this could be like the reverse Darnold? That was my answer, reverse Darnold. The Jets were like jettison their starting quarterback because they want something new. The Packers should keep their starting quarterback and jettison their backup quarterback. And you look at what the Panthers gave up for Sam Darnold, who you kind of like, look, I'm pro Sam Darnold, but I could understand why people think they doesn't have it. I feel like the Packers should be intrigued, like, oh, that sure is a big haul for Sam Darnold. Maybe we get picks similar to that or a little bit better for Jordan Love and try to go all in and win a championship, Jenna.
What am I missing here? A disgruntled Aaron Rodgers just won the MVP. Maybe he shouldn't be happy with everything. It worked for him last year. Let's roll it again and see if it works next year. Exactly. All right, let's move on. Talk some Antonio Brown now. I haven't talked about him in a while. Still looking for a home in free agency. And on a recent Bucks IG post about bringing all their starters back, AB commented, sign AB. I don't know, do you think no one would see that? Brandon, Antonio Brown's message to the Bucks is blank.
I'll be quick here. This is a $16 billion business, and you have multi-million-dollar athletes. What does that mean? There's huge egos in play here. And this is just AB, Nick, feeling left out. That's all that is. You're talking about the Super Bowl team and you're not including me? Me? Come on. So that's all that is. It's just he feels left out, Nick.
Brandon, you said a lot of words. Put Brandon on the screen if you can. You said a lot of words to what you could have said in one word. And you tried to be all professional. Television's own Brandon Marshall. I'm going to tell you what Brandon was thinking because it's the right answer. Antonio Brown's message to the